Hello everyone, my name is Jenny. Today I'll be talking about Halloween and if the costumes are too scary. This is 6 Minutes English from BBC Learning English. I'm Sam. And I'm Neil. Happy Halloween! Trick or treat! For listeners at home, Neil is wearing as a ghost. He's wearing a white bed sheet over his head with 2 holes cut out for his eyes, which just means it's Halloween. The start of autumn, when the day gets shorter and leaves falls from the tree, marks Halloween, a festival which celebrates all over the world at this time of year. In Britain, people carve scary faces into pumpkins, and children go trick-or-treating, dressing up in fancy dress costumes, and visiting people's homes, shouting "trick or treat" from sweets and candies. Halloween comes from an ancient festival called Samhain, which celebrates the changing of seasons, a time it was believed the dead could make contact with the living. Books were to dress up as goats, which is an over-scary monsters. Recently, online shops removed several Halloween costumes, including creepy clown and real-life serial killers, after parents complained they're too threatening. In this program, we'll be talking about Halloween, or if they're no longer as usual, we'll be learning vocabularies. But before that, since we're all dressed up as a goat and Neil, my question is this. Why did people traditionally dress up as costumes on Halloween? Was it A, to scare the neighbors as a joke, B, to use up their own clothes, or C, to hide from goats? I think it's to hide from goats. Okay, we'll find out later in the program. In recent years, Halloween has become more like a American horror movie or Friday the 13th or Scream. Some parents now think Halloween costumes are too scary and over the top, a phrase meaning too extreme and unsuitable. Mother of two Joanna Connell was shocked when she took her 10-year-old daughter for Halloween costume. Here she explains what she saw to BBC learning program, You and Yours. Seeing decorations are small children holding a teddy bear covered in blood. I've seen what like animated decoration, which looks like a dead girl carrying a knife. Various Grim Reapers, creepy clowns, and stuff like now finding threatening. And even when adult, they look pretty violent actually. It feels like retailers are some kind of like race to the bottom, like they grow mismotions sitting out they can just make money out of. Joanne was horrified by a Halloween costume of the Grim Reaper, an imaginary skeleton who wears a long black coat, where carries a cutting tool and represents Seth. She's worried the costumes like this are too threatening even for adults. Halloween is big business, and Joanne thinks the focus on money encourages they to raise the bottom, which is city when companies compete with each other to sell many products. The phrase is connected to the idea of standards getting worse and worse. Come on, Sam, this is going too far. Halloween is supposed to be scary, right? Our parents don't want to stop people having fun, but over-the-top costumes are too scary for younger children, and some moms say not opening the doors to trick-or-treaters because the costumes are giving children nightmares. Siobhan Freegott found out that the printing website Cheddar Mom thinks a compromise is needed. Here she is talking to BBC Four's You and Yours. It's a sort of halfway house. I know everyone refers to the new generation as the snowflake generation. It'll be so worried about our darlings, but there's this point where it becomes ancient, tasteful, or appropriate. She thinks that scary costumes are okay for teenagers, but she also wants to protect younger children. She thinks we need to find a halfway house, a compromise or arrangement which includes features of two opposing ideas. She also uses snowflake generation, which means describing the generation of young people who became adults in or after 2010, or who are considered some are too easy upset or sensitive. I can see some costumes are over the top, and I don't want to spoil Halloween for anyone, so I'll stick with my bedsheet ghost. Anyway, is it time for you to reveal the answer? I asked why people started to wear Halloween costumes in the first place, and it was to hide from ghosts, and which was the correct answer. Hundreds of years ago, people thought the ghosts would try to return to their old homes at Halloween. People wore masks so that the ghosts wouldn't stay there. Of course, so let's recap the vocabulary now. Starting with trick-or-treating, a Halloween tradition of dressing up in creepy costumes and knocking on neighbors' doors, shouting trick-or-treat for sweets and candies. All the top describes something that which is too extreme and unsuitable, or the Grim Reapers is an imaginary dread of death, and it looks like a skeleton with a long black cloak. Ritual bottom, they compete with each other to sell as many products as cheaply as possible. A halfway house is a compromise which includes features of two contrasting ideas. And finally, the snowflake generation is used by some people to refer as the present generation of young people who they think lack resilience and easily upset offended. Enjoying Halloween and don't get too scared. Bye.